You guys really enjoyed my best 5 matches and mastery skill combos you could be running in Season of Strife. But today, I'm going to be showcasing my 5. Yes, my 5 matches I'm going to be testing and running in Season of Strife with this mastery skill setup. And I'm going to give you feedback on how it goes in some skirmishes. So let's just get into today's video. Hello and yes, smash like, comment and subscribe for more daily videos. Me, MrSneakyy, the one and only, and we are here on Call of Dragons, and we're going to be doing things like we did in the older videos since you guys really enjoyed that. So whenever I talk about any of the heroes, should be popping up just there for you guys. A little gameplay bit of footage there to obviously make it explainable. So what we're going to do is go through 5 different matches. These are not going to be in any particular order, but I am going to be spoiling a lot of them are archer matches with one extra match in between it all, but I'm going to explain why I'm doing it this way and the power potential of these matches. So the first one I think is going to be a no-brainer for a lot of players. It's going to be Mag and Zeta. So I'm going to be running Mag, Zay together, obviously, because they are match made in heaven still. And maybe I do swap Zeta out for Freyga. People have been saying that, and it's a pretty cool one that I might test. But what we're doing is swapping provocation on, obviously, our Magra. Magrat's 4th skill is just something we do not need at all, and it's a useless skill, especially for people like myself that have got her 5-5-5-1. You can just replace this one skill with provocation from Kanara and have a really good tanky match now with 10% hero skill taken reduction, and now you're hitting even harder. So that variable healing is getting a little bit of a boost on top of all the damage you're already doing, right? So that's going to be my first match. Nice and easy one for you all. The second match is going to catch you guys off guard, but I know a lot of people will be happy to see this return. Nara Syndrome, boys. Yes, a lot of you loved, and I do too, Kin Sin. But you can see why we're running this second skill, and we're going to be running it on our Syndron, right? So Grey Mars Ballista is Nico's skill. Whenever you cast that rage a skill, you're going to get the riposte and that extra damage, right? So counter attack damage, normal attack damage, 20%. This skill is really cracked with Kanara, right? That's why people love the Kanara counter attack damage builds with other heroes, like you've seen in the earlier video on Husk and Kanara, right? This is going to do kind of a similar thing, but for archers. So the Syndron is going to have all the single target DPS still, but it's going to promote that bit of counter-attack damage with the bonus now in Kanara's kit. So I'm really looking forward to this one. This one I think is going to be a really powerful one for switching up and actually matching a G1 hero with a G2 hero. So you're probably wondering, Sneaks, so you're running Kin Sin, what is going on here? And I'm going to tell you, well, we're going to go down and make your mind go to a little bit of reality here, because I am going to be running a lot of archer matches, as I said. But these are 2 archer matches that are running spearmen only at the moment, because that's all the troops I'm going to be running, especially T5. They're going to be the ones I'm going to be running. But this next match is going to be the bottom one. It's March 5. Gresh Skogel, and this is one even on the last video. If you've not checked it out, it makes the list in the best slots that you can have on your Gresh Skogel. So what you're going to be doing here is putting Steel Sentinel, which is Madeline's skill, and replace that obviously on Gresh's 4th skill. We don't care about that Garrison Rally skill at all. It can disappear because we need open field. But the thing is, which is cracked about this skill, is we're gaining 15% infantry HP, making us even more tankier than we already are. And we're getting even more, as you can see, counter attack damage. So why not? This is easily the best skill in the infantry lineup that you could be putting onto this match. I'm just saying it outright. So I'm going to be running it too. I have to be doing it, otherwise I'm a bit silly, right? So that kind of breaks a bit up there. You've got 2 archer matches. We've got an infantry match now. But we're going to burst the bubble, and March 3 is going to include my girl Indis, but Nico. You heard right. I'm running Nico and Indis in this season, and the only thing is, and this is what I'm going to be doing, is I'm putting Light of Soland onto my Nico, right? And I can actually switch this between the Nico and the Indis, depending on what I want to do with my marches. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I want a super heavy defense break and infirm uptime. So my other archer marchers out there with my other, obviously, archer heroes are all doing the maximum amount of damage they can do with all the debuffs onto the single target enemy that they're all going to be focusing on as archers, right? So that's kind of the premise I'm going to be going down. And the cool thing is as well, with Light of Soland being on the Nico, I'm just telling you guys, look, you're able to actually run Nico Kanara if you've got those two heroes awakened, Snow Peak Rock, Light of Soland, and you guys will go absolutely crazy at how much damage and defense break that match does now because of Light of Soland. So that's kind of the beauty of it. You can actually do a lot of flexibility with this match, especially with Light of Soland. Just to add one final point on here, if I choose to put Light of Soland onto the Indis, I'm still replacing the second skill, right? So on Nico or Indis, we're replacing the second skill because it's the engineering or the gathering skill. And the cool thing is, if we do it on our Indis, it allows our Indis to still be performed in this march, which is really, really cool. We could try doing something like Kanara and Indis potentially and see how well that performs. But it also allows my Lilia. I could run Lilia Indis, right? I could run any of my mages, Valen Indis again, and have this Light of Soland on with super high uptime on AoE damage and infirm triggers. So it's a really good one. That's kind of why I spoke a little bit more on this match compared to the others, even though the others are kind of spicy too. But we're going to finish things off with the final match. My final match, I'm going to be running with the mastery skill of choice. And this one's going to throw you off guard, but it will make sense. We've got Freyga, Fear, and Craig. So the way I'm going to be doing this is Craig is going to be replacing his fourth skill. So we're going to be trying this out for a bit and seeing how well it does. And we're going to be using the Flying Wyvern Riders. So what by doing this, as you can imagine, we're removing the engineering skill. We do lose that kind of destruction bonus, which I will say could be kind of relevant in the future, you know, parts. But if you just try to fly around and cause a little bit of problems and farm kill potentially, this is going to be the way I think you run, because you have your Winged Embrace or your Craig as the deputy, and with your Fear or your Freyga primary slot, you've got a Flying Archer March there that is going to be very, very fast on the open field, and it's going to deal a decent amount of damage. And if you go into farm kill too, depending on what you switch on, you're going to be great. And that's kind of the cool thing about this as well. By putting it on Craig, I'm able to switch a lot of the marches up. So if I want to run a Kanara and Craig march, I can still do that and have this 10% less damage on the Kanara Legion and 20% extra march speed, and put the Freyga back with my Syndron and just let them fly single target DPS. It's still going to work. So that's the 5 mastery skills and legions I'm going to be running in Season of Strife. I thought this would be a nice follow-up video from the last one. And if you haven't checked the last video out, there will be a little video coming above my head there. And you can just click on it and it'll take you to that one. And that's my 5 best mastery skill combos you can be running in Season of Strife. So until the next video, guys, until the next one, you know what to do. Smash like, comment, and subscribe. And then stay safe, stay sneaky. Peace out.